Hi, my name's Jim Sullivan, and I'm your instructor in Literature 251, and I want to take you on a brief course tour to introduce you to the layout and logic of the course as it's presented in Blackboard. So let's take a look. First of all, I want to point out the ways that you can stay in constant touch with me in the course. You've got my cell phone and email. I have online office hours. If you click on that link, it takes you to a page where you can log in to an interactive space where we can look at each other, talk to each other, text with each other, put documents up, do web searches together. It's a really cool tool called CCC Confer. And then I have on-site office hours. So all of these are resources that you and I can use to not allow the online setting to create a barrier between us. I want to support your work. I want to help you achieve excellence in the course. So reach out to me early and often and establish the kind of partnership where we can both really make that happen. So there's some fun stuff that you can find here in this announcement that I call Everything Begins Here. First of all, very importantly, you can check out the poem of the day. Here's what that looks like. It takes you out to the course blog, which you've seen before. And for each poem of the day, there's a poem. I usually make some comments and provide links to web resources or other things that I think help you understand the poem or get you started in your own journey of understanding the poem. You'll notice I have a little work of art here. Oops, sorry, you can't see that on the screen. You got to scroll down. You'll notice that I have a little work of art here. That's optional, just for fun, but you can follow the links and learn more about a work of art that's usually from the period of time in American culture that we're studying in the course. Let's get to the key things you really need to know how to use, which are the calendar and the toolbox. The calendar is a simple, straightforward way for you to get to the work you need to do in the class. You click on the due date. In this case, our first due date is Monday, January 25th. And when you click on that due date, you will find yourself looking at a set of to-do lists. And the first to-do list will be about the learning independently exercises you're going to complete. And you notice it's going to look like a checklist. In fact, it's usually going to be numbered. In this case, 1 through 4. Read the course syllabus. Watch the welcome video if you haven't already done so. That's the one I'm making right now. Study our first web lecture. If you click there, it will take you to the web lecture, and you can begin reading that. The web lectures also include video lecture, usually a mix of written text and video. Also, if you go to January 25th, sorry, I went back, and scroll down, you'll see you can take the quiz already under the independent learning activities. The last one is a quiz. If you click on that, it takes you right to the quiz, and you can get started. There are also learning together activities that are listed here. And those are usually going to be discussion forums or wikis or places where you respond to surveys, different things like that. But the core thing will always be an instruction forum. And if we click here, you'll see it's going to take us into our first discussion forum, which is about the concepts that were discussed during the lecture. And you see I provide really detailed instructions on what I want you to do in these forums, and there's usually at least 1 or 2 videos embedded in there to help you work through an assignment. And when you're ready to post, you click reply at the bottom, and you post your ideas, your work, your contribution to the forum. So this is how we use our course calendar. It is a way to think of the course in terms of a series of tasks to accomplish before each deadline. And while this might not be how you've seen it set up in Blackboard before, I've always received real positive feedback from students about this sort of checklist approach, about having everything they need to do for a given deadline laid out for them like this. And that's what I'm trying to do. If you're confused about it at all, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'd be happy to do a better job of explaining. The other item I wanted to show you was the Toolbox, and the Toolbox is where I try to collect all the important resources that we use during the course so that you can find them more quickly right out on the home page. So you'll see here there's different library resources, information about the drama project, which you're going to want to learn more about, a cool page with literary devices, list of literary devices you can use with those terms defined for you. So there's a bunch of things like that, and as we work on projects in the class, as we do papers together, various links to the resources we need to do those projects will be added to this list. You can even find links to the different mandatory synchronous sessions. You click on those, you use the PIN or password to enter them, and you're off to the races. Finally, the last thing I wanted to show you about our Blackboard homepage is that below all of this, below the Everything Begins Here material, which is where you want to start every day, you'll also find every announcement posted to the course. So every time you get an email saying, here's what's up in the course, when you log in the course, you can find that email and all previous emails and announcements listed there for you. It becomes sort of a course archive. So really, this entry point is very important. It not only tells you what we're up to, how to get a hold of me, not only coordinates all the different resources you're going to want to use, but it becomes an archive of all the announcements that I've sent out. So I hope this little brief introduction to how the course is structured is helpful. And again, if you have any problems with it, if there are any glitches with it, please reach out to me. I want to make it as effective and useful for you as possible. Thanks for your time. I can't wait to start working together, and I'll see you in Blackboard.